So first of all, good evening and very pleased to meet you
I'm also very glad to meet you.
because I have seen some of your videos, some of the other YouTuber channel because right now
Yes.
I didn't know your channel name, but I have seen your
Yes.
videos on somebody else's channel. So very
Yes.
pleased to meet
Yes, I'm also very ecstatic that I got the chance to have conversation with you because I watched your one of the videos that was with Ashutosh.
you. Oh, great. Yes.
Yeah. And
Recently
I
I
just
have done.
yes, and I just used a clip of your video as well on my channel.
Oh, so you are the one of so you are that person. Oh, I was thinking that who's this man. So I actually mentioned that please give me the credit as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So actually, I was looking for a word. So actually, when two good speakers talk with on any conversational video, so I usually watch them. Like what kind of word they always use while speaking. So when I was going through with your video, so I got to know about the word. So I liked that word, and I cut that video from the for that particular word, and I used that video on my particular channel because I'm not a YouTuber, but I just try to be a YouTuber here. If I have joined your community, so I have started on my channel as well, and I started uploading some conversational videos there.
Yeah, it's demand very great, great efforts to cut the video and then make your own video. So it's demand a lot of time and dedication.
Yes,
So it
absolutely.
was great. When I watch, I really feel happy. To be very honest, I feel like kind of celebrity. But it's okay, nice. So before we start, I would love to know something about you. So why don't you tell me something about you?
Definitely, I would like to tell you about myself. So, first of all, thanks to have me here on this call with you. My name is Lalit Kumar, and I am from Uttar Pradesh. So, basically, originally, I come all the way from Bulandshahr district, and it's been 7 years. I have been working in private organizations, and if I talk about my qualification, so I did graduation in pharmacy, and my core of interest in I love to talk with the people, and I like to do adventurous activities. I like to read sometimes books as well, and I love to watch Hollywood movies as well. So that is all about me. Thank you.
Okay, sounds great. I love to know about you.
Yeah. So now I would like to know something about you in nutshell, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Yeah, sure, sure. As you can see my name on the display, my name is Travan Kumar, and I'm talking to you from Gorakhpur city, Uttar Pradesh, and I hail from Uttar Pradesh as well. In Gorakhpur city particularly. If I talk about my education, in 2022 I have done my bachelor. Since 1 year I was preparing for government examinations. Along with that, it's my 20s, so I'm exploring my life. Like, what are the one thing that I have to be stick with, and I have to do that. So I'm exploring, so many things. Doing session, learning English language. Being a YouTuber as well, being sometimes
Yes.
teacher as well. I teach some student online as well. So many things I'm exploring.
Yes.
And in part time, I love to do discussion with the people, love to connect with the various individual like you guys. So it's always feel nice, whenever I try to connect with the great people, great speaker.
Yes.
So that's all my work. And if you ask me my hobbies, so my hobbies are to reading books, to listen music, sometimes to listen podcasts. So that's all sort of things that I do whenever I free in my leisure time. Yeah, so that's all
Yes.
about me.
So yeah, I'm gonna like break the ice one more thing. So when it came to reading books, so I didn't like to read books, but what in order to improve my communication, I started reading books as well. Earlier, I was not like fond of reading, and even now, I'm not fond of reading. But yeah, I've started just because to work on my communication only.
Okay. So which kind of genre you like to explore, in the book section?
Okay, definitely. So I started by spiritual books. So now I'm gonna go further into the spiritual books again. So because I love to know the history of spiritual places like any temple, any fort, I would say. Like if I talk about at particular place, so if there is Vrindavan in Uttar Pradesh, right?
Yeah.
So I love to know the history of that particular place. So that is why I started reading. First, initially, I just started by reading some spiritual books. But yeah, now I am like fond of, I would say, not fond of. I'm in the habit of reading something that is very spiritual. And yeah, recently I went to the Kaise Dham, that is in Nainital. So yeah, I bought a book from there, and yeah, I started reading that books, and I have gone through for many. I have gone through in from many stories in that book, and yeah, the story is like the stories are quite fine, and I am really enjoy when I read them. Yes,
Yeah, reading books always gives immense pleasure to us. If you are reading that books that you really like there are so many people who love to read fiction, non-fiction, and you are the one who
yes,
loves to read spiritual books. You love to know like how is our culture and our history was. So it's great to know that you love to read spiritual books, and along with that you are working on your communication skills by learning, by reading the books as well. If you ask me
yes.
that which kind of book I like, so I would say I love to read self-help book. Whenever I have sometimes I love to explore self-help book. Why I read self-help book? Because I want to know the people's experiences that they have learned over the years. Like recently I was reading a book named Do We Pixit by Ankur Wariko. So he
Okay.
has been shared so
I know
many,
Ankur.
the great experience of his life, that what should we do, what should we not do if you are in your 20s, what sort of things that you can avoid. So I feel really
So,
great, while reading that books. I just didn't only learn the experiences of the other people. I'm also exploring the new sentences, the new sentences that I read in the book. Sometimes I try to, use in my sentences in between the conversation. So that is
yes.
also a good thing of reading the books. It's always a
So,
pleasure to read books.
yes.
So I apply those things, in my conversation as well.
So I heard on somewhere like on YouTube or in on any social media. So one very famous personality was saying in that video that if you are reading the experience of other persons, it means that you are getting of 40 years of experience within a book,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
also have heard this thing that when you are reading a book, so it's sure that you are going to learn the 40 years of experience of one particular person. Because if I
yes,
am 40
yes.
years old, so I'm going to put all the sort of things that I have learned in my life, I'm going to put it in one book. And that is why Dewey picks it. That is the book, which was really great because
And
he
I
has shared
think,
the life experiences. He
and I
has
think,
felt many his life.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
This was said by Mark Zuckerberg. I think this was
yes,
said by Mark Zuckerberg. I think so.
yes.
I'm not. I can be wrong in that, but yeah, that was very famous personality, and that thing was said by him only. That was very famous. So yeah. So I heard somewhere that is why I told you because you love to read. So I already have mentioned this thing that I didn't like to study, but yeah, I started reading books as well, just because to work on my communication. So now I would like to know something from your side. How can I work on my effective communication? Because I literally want to be very effective communicator. So I have checked out your channel as well. So and you have had a lot of conversation with a lot of people. So would you mind suggesting me something?
Well, you are already speaking very nice. There is no doubt about it. And, everyone is on this journey to learn. There is always a long way to go. We always have something in the room to improve. And I believe that the effective communication is something that's demands so many things. When we are saying that the effective communications, it brings and it's demands so many things. You need to go over that. What are the requirements that we need to really put in ourselves to speak really better English? Like there is a communication skill that comes in the role. That is like body language, how do you speak, intonation, how is your vocabulary, how is your word sentence formation. So there are so
Yes,
many things that really comes in the picture. But believe me, you are really speaking good. If you ask me that the one thing that really, the people like us, I think we and you, are at the same level. But I think what we really need to change here is there was a tutor. He suggested me that Shravan, you're speaking good, you're speaking nice, but the problem is that sometimes you are forgotten and you are not able to use right vocabulary. And for that, what you can do that work on your phrasal verbs. You know about phrasal verbs?
Okay, yes, I know about the phrasal verb.
And very few people are there, very few people are out there who use phrasal verbs. And believe me, the day you started working on your phrasal verbs, you don't need fancy vocabulary, you don't need advanced vocabulary. You can submit your thoughts and your lot of emotions through your phrasal verbs in a very few sentences. So that's the
Okay.
one thing that I suggest you. And other than this, I think doing
So,
practice is something that can make us more fluent in this language.
so have you started working on your phrasal verb?
Yes, and in just 2 days, I have completed more than 100 phrasal verbs. And in these conversations, I have already used like 4 to 5 phrasal verbs I have already used. So like
Okay.
this, I try to do this thing. And believe me, phrasal verbs are really, really very important, in case to brush up our conversational skills. And now here again, brush up is also a phrasal verb. So you can see,
Okay.
it's not only depend like how many phrasal verbs you are writing in your notes. Try to implement in your conversation as well. Try to use
Yes.
it deliberately, intentionally. Try to use it like this. Otherwise, if you have written so many vocabulary like this, you will be forgotten. So that's the one thing that I can suggest you. Other than this, I think you're already speaking good, brother. Just try to do practice daily. I think you are new here in this group, if I'm
Yes,
not wrong.
yes, I just joined this group no, 9 days back. And yeah, I started having conversation with the people on video call by 9 days only. Before that, I was just having some audio calls with the people on Joe's Skills application. Yes, I'm new here, absolutely, but I literally want to compete with everyone. Not compete with everyone. I literally want to learn something
No,
in
no,
like
competition is good.
speaking.
Competition is good. It's very good. Believe me. When I have started my channel, and when I was looking Asutosh videos, so I was thinking that one day I will be going to speak like Asutosh, even better than Asutosh. I am not saying that this is the from the bad perspective. I'm saying this with the positive perspective. When you compete with others, you started working on yourself. You started finding out that what are your mistakes that you really need to work upon, and that's how you can improve. And this is the best thing. So competition is not bad. Everywhere is competitions, not
No, this
cutthroat
was
competitions. If you
yes,
see the
that
exams,
was
examinations as well, everywhere is competition. So try to do compete with the people.
no. Actually, that word was wrong. That was used by me. But the correct word was that I literally want to learn something like from someone. I would say I literally want to learn something from each and every who are doing some conversational videos or who are making some content for us, because I literally follow all the people whatever like whoever is sending the video over their Skype groups. So I am checking out all the videos so that I can get something from them. And I already have started working on my communication. By yesterday, I also have started working on my vocabulary too. And now you suggested me that you should work on vocabulary, phrasal verb too. So I'll go for that as well. I will definitely check that out, and let's see if I can utilize that in my day-to-day spoken, so that I can be very precise while speaking. So I don't literally want to be beat around the bush. I also want to be, you know, talk to point. So this is also very useful, essential for me to learn the phrases as well, and I would go for them.
You know what? People think like that. If you are speaking, like if I'm speaking good, I need not to work upon us. There is a very famous line that you cannot sit on your laurels. Like if you have learned something, it does not mean that you have to stop your learning. If you are speaking good, it does not mean that there is nothing to learn. There is always something to learn. After you have learned phrasal verb, there are many more things that you need to learn. So try to keep such mindset that I have to learn always something. I'm not a great speaker. I have to go far away in the life. When Virat Kohli,
Yeah.
when you see Virat Kohli, I really admire him a lot. And he has completed so many runs. Still he's hungry for the runs. He is like 34 years old.
Yes.
Still you can see his passion and dedication for the game on the ground. So that's the one thing, that's one mentality we need to really keep in our mind every time to learn something. And
Yeah.
one question I have also, and I want to know, like, how do you learn English language? Are you also from an English medium background? Are you from, like, right from the beginning you are like this, or you have learned something? That having said that, tell me the approach and the ideas for a beginner that they can apply and learn English fastly. We have wasted so many years. I don't want for the people who is watching our videos should waste such times, because I'm here to provide them quality content. So please,
Okay.
give
Yeah.
me all of your experience, that how do you learn, and what are those things that you have applied in your life to learn English language? Please elaborate it. Yeah.
So yeah, initially I started directly speaking. So initially I was just using small words, very basic words, and even I was not able to frame the structure. And then I started, when I started speaking a little bit, so I started working on my grammar as well. And simultaneously, I was working on my communication. I was working on my speaking skills. So it took, I think, 1.5 years. I dragged with both of them, speaking and learning of grammar skills. So yeah, after a couple of after 1.5 years, I started having audio calls with the people. So initially, I was making a lot of mistakes, and gradually by having practice with the people, I started communicating with them in a good manner, I would say. I was able to express myself. Yeah, and there should be some particular reason behind that. Why are you learning this language? You are learning this language just because to flamboyant in front of other person, or there is some compulsion that you are why are you like you are learning this language. So there should be some reason behind it. And if you are just learning this language just to time pass, so no one can it would take a lot of time to get into the fluency. But I took just 2 years, and I took 6 months for speaking, and I took 1.5 years work on speaking skills, work on grammatical skills, and still there would be always the room for improvement. I know this thing, but yeah, I'm able to express myself in a good manner. So it means that whatever I have put on myself, I'm able to express myself. It means that I'm getting some output. And when people say to me this thing that now you are able to express yourself in a good manner, so you should go for another step. That you suggested me that you should go for phrasal verb. Yes. So thousands of people are there, those who are teaching thousands of things. But the thing is completely depend on the person. If the person is incorporating that thing in his life, then he is going to do great in his life. Otherwise, thousands of tutors are there, and abundance of videos are there for English speakers, but no one is going to do everything great in this particular language. Yeah.
Great to know, the journey you have shared. I think it will help many people to know that what should they do and what are sort of things that they have to avoid.
So you said one more thing, that from which background you come from. So actually, I did my schooling from first standard to eighth standard from Sanskrit medium only, and from ninth to 12th standard I completed in Hindi medium. And when I did my graduation, I was in English, but I was not focusing on study. I was I can say I was not I was not a studious kind of person. So that time I didn't focus on my study, and I just, passed my exam by reading one night. I just burned midnight oil, sorry. And I just burned only, I used to study only one night to cross my exam, like that. And yeah, I did such kind of efforts on myself. And apart from that, there is a lot of effort I need to put.
Yeah. I think
Yes.
I have seen most of them, that intelligent student, they just burn one day, the midnight oil, and they pass the examinations. I have seen many a times that people do like this.
No, I was not like very intelligent kind of person. I was very average in my schooling, but yeah, after putting lot of effort, because in schooling nowadays it is not hard enough to crack the exam, right?
Yeah.
it is not hard nut to crack. So anyone can crack the exam. Even nowadays people are being counted that how many people are getting fail result. But earlier
Yeah,
in 90s or in 80s, people were being counted that how many are getting pass result.
yeah, yeah.
So the
Mhm.
perception completely has been changed by the government, by the policies, because many people, thousands of people were running after the death or after the suicides kind of thing. So nowadays, like to get the degree is not a like it's a cakewalk completely.
Yeah, getting a degree is a catwalk nowadays. You can purchase, even you can sit at your home and you can get a degree easily, very easily.
So now I would like to get some real time feedback from you. Actually, I'm going to wrap up this call because it's already been 22 minutes. We have been talking, right? So
Sure,
would you
sure.
mind something? What should I do to improve my communication, to work on my effective communication apart from the phrasal verb, whatever you have suggested so far me?
Look, it's totally depend like what kind of label you want. If you want to work on your vocabulary, so for vocabulary, what I can suggest you that work on your vocabulary. How to work on vocabulary? That try to replace your simple words with some synonyms. Like you are saying that I'm happy, don't say I'm happy. Say, I'm elegant, I'm wonderful, I'm doing better.
Yeah,
So try to
yeah.
replace words like this. So it's totally depend that on which areas you really want to work upon. If you want to work upon your grammar section, then go on the grammar section. So it's totally depend, like I don't know what are your problems that you are facing or that you are liking in, so that you need to clarify, and then you have to work upon, according to that. Yes.
So as I have talked to you for 23 minutes, so what is your suggestion? How am I speaking? Because it is just my ninth day on this particular application. So
First of all, I would say that your speaking is really good. Your confidence level is very high. You are able to structure your sentences very nicely, and you need not to join any platform. You are already in a Skype group. There are so many people who are really great in the language. Try to connect with
yes,
them. Try to do video session like this. Believe me, you are
yes.
new here. After a month, after 2 months, or the 3 months later, you will be the great speaker. All of the YouTuber who are there, you will be one of them. Believe me. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your suggestion. I'm like I cannot bear this phrase. I literally cannot bear this phrase, I would say.
No, really, you deserve, and you are talking like this, and that is why I'm saying.
Okay, and your way of speaking is also very fantastic, I would say, because whenever you speak in a proper intonation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your intonation, whatever you are, I like your modulation as well. Whatever, when you speak, you use your body tone as well while speaking.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
very
it,
important. It's very
yes,
important. So many things I have to share if you ask me, but you said that we need to wind up the session here. Why body language is important? There is a reason. Sometimes when we are forgetting the words, we can use our body language to express those words. We can
yes,
fill
I
the
will,
blanks. That is why
yes,
body language is important. So many factors are there, that you can apply and learn. But yes,
I will
we
connect to
have
you
all.
later after. Yes, I will connect to you after like couple of days when I will work on some phrasal verb. So after learning some phrasal verb, I will again connect to you and I will try to use them with you so that you can give me some real feedback because you are the tutor of mine. So you are supposed to teach me something.
So
Okay.
I'm always ready to help you. I'm always ready to do session with you. And next time, I'm planning to do virtual podcast. So definitely I will be very happy to have you as my guest. So we'll discuss about it later. But for this, I think we should call it a day for today, and we'll see you again.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Have a great time.
Yeah. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a great day ahead, man. Very nice to talk with you. Bye.
Yeah, have a whale of a time. Thank you.